Yo, what's cracking everyone? Ericship 111 here. So, at the moment in Forza Horizon 5, we are currently in Series 28, Winter Wonderland, and this update will go live all the way through to the start of the new year, where Series 29, Community's Choice, will begin from the 4th of January. Now, for those who may be aware, Series 29 was also revealed on the latest Forza Monthly livestream, and the only reason why I've yet to cover that specific update, at least on my channel, is because right now we still have a long time left with Series 28, and once we get closer to the new year, then I'll take a closer look at everything about update 29. However, speaking about the new year update, Playground Games did in fact tease what's to come after Series 29, which will of course be Series 30, dubbed as Lunar New Year, which will all go live on the 1st of February. Now, before we get into all the many exciting possibilities we could see with update 30, Lunar New Year as a theme isn't new to Forza Horizon 5. If we wind the clock back to Series 3, Playground Games did in fact celebrate Lunar New Year by adding lanterns all across Guanajuato, highlighting the new evolving world that Horizon 5 featured, as well as lantern collectibles to many more. So as a theme alone, this will be Playground Games' second time celebrating this, but I believe Series 3 will be nothing compared to what Playground Games have in store for us with Series 30. So, Playground Games has once again teased 4 things that we will see for this upcoming update. Much like many of the previous updates, new collectibles will be introduced, but in today's video, we're going to skip right through that, as collectibles are exactly what they are. Just something to collect and is a small part of the game. But the first big thing I want to talk about is the Dragon Drone Show. Now, the very first time we saw a drone show in Horizon 5 was in the Rally Adventure expansion, where at nighttime above the main festival site, you could see a bunch of drones moving together, creating these cool different images. We also saw the new drones introduced on the main map specifically for update 19, where they would act as a target or bullseye at the end of the airfield, along with another drone show just above where you could travel to the Rally Adventure Island. So what I'm expecting with Series 30's Dragon Drone Show is something quite similar in size compared to what we have now with the Rally Adventure expansion, nothing too big or small either. I'm also predicting that it will be placed above the new Drift Arena Stadium, which I'll get into a little bit later on in this video, but as a pure fantasy, what I would absolutely love to see is for Playground Games to go above and beyond for this drone show, make it a full spectacle that players will actually sit in free roam and admire, and who knows, maybe other players will congregate and watch the show together. Which then leads me to the next tease, the new Stadium Drift Arena. Now, I have to be honest, seeing what Playground Games have done with the stadium for Series 28 Winter Wonderland, I'm actually unsure how Playground Games will build the Drift Arena, simply because if you take away all of the Christmas and snow element and replace it with some concrete barriers, curbs, brake markers, all of which are Event Lab items that were introduced in Series 28, you could argue that with the current road layout, this could be transformed into a drift arena. Now, perhaps Playground Games may go down a very similar route, or they could build something incredibly interesting. The stadium itself is rather big, and we have also never seen Playground Games build something that is multi-story. Now, I don't know what Playground Games' asset budget is when it comes to building additional stuff on the main map, but I would love to see a drifting arena that resembles something of a car park. I mean, they have built one before as an example for all of the Event Lab assets that they were introducing, but because it was in an Event Lab setting, it couldn't be enjoyed with others around in free roam. Now, I'm not saying that it should take up the entire area of the stadium. Perhaps just a quarter of the space will do, and have the remaining areas split into other different roads or settings in which we could drift on. Kind of like basically what the name actually says, a true stadium drift arena where all you do is drift. Who knows at this point, but what would you like to see for the upcoming stadium drift arena? And now it's time to talk about the new cars. So with Series 30 being heavily Chinese influenced, if you will, there could be a very big chance that we might see another car from China. And just seeing what Chinese cars are out there on the market that actually looks exciting, all of them are sadly electric cars or hybrids, as that's the country's main focus right now. And there is one car brand called Yang Wang. They have an electric vehicle named as the U9, which takes aim at the Rimac Nevera, 0 to 60 in just 2 seconds, and we know how much Playground Games love their EVs. I could definitely see a car like the U9 being introduced, or maybe we might be lucky enough to have one of the few hybrid hypercars that has come out from China, known as the Hongqi or Hongqi S9. Designed from the same guy who styled the Audi R8, this twin-turbo V8 pumping over 1400 brake horsepower with the help of a few electric motors could also be another possible candidate. And I know what you're thinking, Eric, I don't care about these Chinese cars, and I've got to be honest, the Chinese car market hasn't quite captured my attention at the moment, but I'm just speculating about all the possibilities when it comes to the first new cars for Horizon 5 in 2024. However, we also know that drifting will also be a huge influence for Series 30, and based on certain leaks we have seen in the past months, we could perhaps see some very incredible old school Japanese cars returning to the Forza series. For those who don't remember, just recently, several body kit names and logos were found within the hidden folders of Horizon 5 just after the Series 27 update, and one name that particularly stood out from the rest was KFD. This is a body kit brand which focus mainly on Toyotas, but more specifically the Lexus GS or Toyota Aristo JZS 161 models, and the Toyota Altezza or Lexus IS. Cars, especially the Altezza, which are currently one of the highest voted vehicles that the community wants to see. And it's not even new to Forza. The last time we saw the Altezza or Lexus IS was back on the Xbox 360. Much like the McLaren SLR, it's just one of those legacy cars that the Forza community wants. And seeing as how KFD was found within the hidden files of Horizon 5, this could be a very big possibility. And that's also not to mention how cool their body kits look too. But the one car, and I'm sure you guys probably know which car I'm talking about, that I would love to see being introduced, and I think would be absolutely fitting for the new Drift Arena, is none other than the Toyota Chaser JZX 100. I want Playground Games to just surprise us with this car. They have done something very similar in Horizon 4, where in Series 22, they introduced the Nissan Pulsar GTIR, a Japanese import that was last seen in games like Gran Turismo 2, and for Forza to feature it in Horizon 4, I remember just how excited I was when this was revealed. And with Series 30, seeing as how Toyota has now been very open about being in video games again, as well as the new Toyota GR86 being introduced recently, surprise us Playground Games. We know you guys read our car suggestions, but truth be told, there's also so many cars that Playground Games could bring in for Series 30. The GR Yaris, the GR Corolla, Honda Civic Type R FL5, Maserati MC20, cars we want and also cars we've seen leaked. I'm incredibly excited for Horizon 5 in 2024, but could it also be the last year before the next Horizon title launches? But anyways, let me know what you guys think. If you guys did enjoy today's video, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button, as it really does help me out. And of course, if you guys would like to stay up to date with everything Forza related, be sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.